Timeline entropy, the broken continuum. In the year 2045, the world buzzed with technological marvels and scientific breakthroughs. Hidden deep within a clandestine government facility, a team of scientists conducted a daring experiment with a particle accelerator, hoping to unlock the mysteries of time itself. Unbeknownst to the public, their ambition set off a chain of events that would alter reality forever. The experiment's failure wasn't immediately apparent. At first, people noticed small anomalies, misplaced objects, conversations that seemed oddly familiar. Then came the memories. Vivid recollections of events that never happened, of lives they never lived. Some individuals clung to these false memories, convinced of their authenticity, while others were left in a state of confusion, unable to distinguish reality from illusion. John, a historian, found himself at the center of this temporal maelstrom. He remembered a childhood in a peaceful, prosperous city that now lay in ruins, a casualty of a war he had no memory of ever happening. His wife, Sarah, insisted they had never lived in that city. Her memories painted a different picture entirely, a life spent in a small, quiet village untouched by conflict. Their never-ceasing bickering about false memories of how they met or built a foundation of love ultimately resulted in a divorce, leaving John isolated in this new world. As more people reported similar experiences, the truth began to emerge. Leaked documents revealed the government's secret experiment, detailing the particle accelerator's catastrophic malfunction. It became clear that the device had fractured the timeline, merging multiple realities into one chaotic present. Desperate to understand the scope of the damage, John sought out others with similar experiences. He discovered a support group for those affected by the timeline convergence. There, he met Emma, a physicist who had once worked on the ill-fated experiment. She explained the gravity of their situation. The merging of timelines meant that no two people shared the same past. Every conversation, every interaction was tainted by conflicting memories, making true human connection nearly impossible. Trust eroded as people realized they couldn't rely on shared experiences to bond with one another. The very fabric of society started to unravel. John and Emma, driven by a shared sense of responsibility, dedicated themselves to finding a solution. They believed that by understanding the nature of the timeline fractures, they might find a way to reverse the damage. But the more they delved into the science, the more elusive the answer became. In a final, desperate attempt to communicate with the fractured timelines, Emma proposed a bold plan. Using the particle accelerator one last time to send a message across the multiverse. If they could reach their counterparts in other timelines, perhaps they could find a way to synchronize their realities. The experiment was a success, of sorts. As the message rippled through the timelines, a new, unified reality began to take shape. But it wasn't the cohesive world they had hoped for. Instead, the convergence had created a tapestry of overlapping memories, a patchwork of divergent realities. In this unified timeline, no two people remembered the same history. The shared experiences that once bound humanity together were replaced by a kaleidoscope of conflicting recollections. The connections that once defined relationships were now strained by the weight of divergent pasts. In the end, John and Emma realized that the true challenge wasn't in fixing the fractured timeline, but in learning to live with the consequences. They had to find new ways to connect, to build a future on the foundations of their fragmented memories. The world they knew was gone, replaced by a reality where every individual was a stranger, even to themselves. And so, humanity embarked on a new journey, one where the past was a puzzle and the future an open question. The only certainty was change, and the only constant was the unyielding human spirit, striving to forge connections in a world forever altered by the convergence of fractured timelines.